up, YouTube? It has been a minute. Sorry, it's been almost like a month since I uploaded. If you're new here, welcome. This is Dougie Fresh, new and improved. Got a new phone, so my camera's looking better. I can use my mic now thanks to this $40 dongle that I had to buy from Apple. But anyways, that's besides the point. It picks up on a lot, so I'm sorry you'll probably hear my chair squeaking and all that. I'll try and fix it up in post. I move around a lot, so please bear with me. Anyways, if you clicked on this video, I'm sure you're a long-time fan of One Piece, just like me. And knowing that One Piece is in the final saga now, it's very bittersweet, because part of us is like, yay, we're finally getting to the endgame stuff, but the other part of us is like, oh no, One Piece is actually ending. I had my mixed feelings on Wano, like I'm sure, well, I don't know how most people feel. I feel like more people like Wano than don't, but you know, it's kind of up and down with Wano. You know, some people love it, some people hate it, some people are kind of indifferent, and right now I'm really indifferent. But I did what any rational One Piece fan did. I decided to go all the way back to the beginning and start a read through. So this is a new series I'm going to be doing throughout 2023. I'm going to be going through every single One Piece arc. Yes, every single one. And I'm going to be talking about just things that I think are worth discussing, things we might have missed, things that are important now that might not have been important at the time you're reading the arc. Just some of my favorite moments. This is my first video, so I'm not gonna have a whole order and everything figured out yet. So we're gonna learn together, and hopefully you can see me evolve throughout this series and see how it comes together. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like. You might as well subscribe. Stay tuned. I'm gonna have more of these coming. When I say I'm going through every single arc, I mean every single arc. Like, I'm going through Long Ring Long Land too. It's every arc. Some videos might not be as long as others. Wano will probably be split up into like 3 videos, but we'll deal with that when Wano comes. Anyway, let's get into this Romance Dawn. Me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of the red hair pirates. Not to say I don't like them, but it's just because we haven't seen enough of them, so I can't really, there's nothing to fan about. But now that we know all their names and their fighting techniques due to Volume 4 Billion, it is really interesting to see them when they were just, you know, little fledgling pirates. You know, Shanks had a 1 billion berry bounty. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I know it was over 1 billion at this time, which is kind of crazy, and that'll go into something else I'm going to bring up. But it's nice to see all of them, the younger selves. You can like look and point out that, oh, that's Hongo, oh, that's Howling Gab. Like, obviously we know Lucky Roo, Yasop, and Beku, but it's nice to see the members that aren't as well known. So it was really sweet to look back and like, oh, that's who that is. So every time I've read the first chapter of One Piece a good amount of times, and every time I read it, it just makes me crave the red hair pirates and the Shanks content even more. But something that was interesting to me is obviously Oda did not have the story planned out 100% because there's things added, things happen, you know, as you're making a story. But it is very interesting that Higuma, is that his name? I just want to make sure, because I'm getting him confused with the lawyer from JJK with Higuruma, but I think it's Higuma. It's very interesting that he didn't know who Shanks was, because Shanks wasn't just some scrub at that time. He just got the gum fruit. We'll talk about that. But he had just gotten the gum fruit. He had over 1 billion berry bounty, but Higuma was like, oh man, I don't know who you are. I don't know if it's just a mountain bandit thing, like they don't pay attention to pirates or whatever. But you would think if someone like Big Mom or Kaido pulled up, they would know, like he would know who they are. But then again, who knows what'd be going on in the East Blue? Maybe I'm off. My favorite moments from the section of the Shanks and Luffy backstory stuff was Lucky Roo killing the bandit when Shanks was telling him, hey, you shouldn't point guns because guns are used for threats, they're used for killing. And then Lucky Roo just speed blitzed him and shot his head real quick. Seeing Luffy eat the fruit that we know now is the Hito model Nika. I'm sorry if this wasn't clear, but this video is gonna have spoilers. I probably should have said that in the beginning, but this is gonna have a lot of manga spoilers. But it's just now with all the information we have about who's who taking the L and Shanks robbing them and all that, it is so cool to just sit there like, I know what that devil fruit is. That's not the gum fruit. You know, you just feel like, you just feel special now when you go back and read it. I also really liked Luffy, the double spread of Luffy punching out the Lord of the Coast. I thought that was it's just a really satisfying moment just to show his growth. Obviously, just really quick, gets to the point. And I think my top favorite moment, which is probably everybody else's, is Shanks handing off the hat to Luffy. Just chef's kiss. What more do you say about that? So beautiful. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the other part of Romance Dawn, which is Luffy recruiting Zoro. Man, when I was younger, I I think I like instantly fell in love with the character of Zoro. I don't know what it was specifically. Like, it was probably just how cool he was, mixed with the fact that he uses 3 swords. It blew my mind when I was younger. For those that don't know, which I don't think I've ever explained how I got into One Piece, but there used to be these little like novels. They weren't like light novels or anything. They were like little kid novels, and I read those first, but I didn't start reading the manga until like middle school. So when I first read it, I was like, oh, 3 sword style is pretty cool. But then when I read the manga, it was just even cooler because you visually get to see it. He's holding the sword in his mouth and doing all this other stuff, and you're like, whoa, like as a kid, you're like, yo, this dude is awesome. I love this guy. And he was also just such a badass, like him eating the rice balls off the ground and saying, oh, make sure to tell her they were really good. And just him really sitting there and being committed to holding out on that post for a whole month, even though Helmeppo was lying. It's just, everything just makes you feel like Zoro's the coolest guy in the world. And who wouldn't love that, you know? And just to praise Zoro even more, and especially Oda, I feel like the Straw Hats introductions are all so good. Man, yeah, they're all so good. Except, man, Brooks is alright. But anyways, we're talking about Zoro right now. Zoro's introduction, would I say it's perfect? It might be perfect. It gives you a really good sense of the character, shows you what he can do, and it just makes you want to see more of him. You want him to be a part of Luffy's team, and you want to see what they're going to do together, how far they're going to go. So in my eyes, it's pretty perfect. And for all the ZKK fans out there, the closest you'll ever get to ZKK is Zoro finishing off Captain Morgan, which I think is the only time in the series that the main boss was finished off by someone that wasn't Luffy, and it was Zoro. So for all the ZKK fans, there you go. That's as good as it gets. Savor it. The Pink Mamba himself, his development is it's beautiful. He's there for such a short amount of time, but he grows so much. And then when you see the send-off and Luffy provoking him to punch him so that the Marines won't think they're friends, but the Marines still know they're friends. It's just, everything with Kobe is just, it's so beautiful, and I love it. It makes me want to see the Kobe content even more that we're already getting in the manga. Some people, they're a little OD with the Kobe love, but I understand it. You know, how do you not love the Pink Mamba? He was willing to put his life on the line to free Zoro. He's just such a lovable little guy, and I cannot wait until it's time to talk about him again. But anyways, this was a shorter video than I thought it was gonna be. Got through this pretty fast, but Romance Dawn also wasn't that long. So again, if you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. I'm gonna have more of these coming down the pipeline. Let me know your thoughts. How do you feel about Romance Dawn? Is there anything you feel like I missed? What are some of your favorite moments? Let me know in the comment section down below. Anyways, it has been your boy Dougie Fresh. Oh, my bad. It's been your boy Dougie D Fresh.